Oh,
It says
okay.
we're live.
We're live. Yay. Live with the beautiful Liz Love Jones. Liz Love, founder and CEO of Women Unleashed, a spiritual and awakening resource community. Her passion is igniting people in their unleashed, authentic truth as an intuitive guide and transformational life coach in private practice since 2008. Liz is such a shining light. We met, I guess it was just last year at Bear Fest, and it was instantaneous sisterhood. And we had all sorts of plans to do things together, and they all got canceled. But they will all be back on once this whole thing is over. But so excited to be with her today. And here, Liz, I just want to know, what does authenticity mean to you? What is that, and why is that so freaking important?
So freaking important. Thank you so much, Shezza. The sisterhood is real and true, and I'm so glad to be here with you. And authenticity is everything. One of the things that I love to do is look up the definitions of words in the dictionary and then feel it energetically, and how does it sound and taste in my body, and right? And the actual definition of authenticity in the dictionary, which I love, is the quality of being real and true. So simple. The quality of being real and true. But how do we know what's real and true?
Right?
Yeah.
How do we connect with that truth and that authenticity within ourselves?
Right. This raw life force energy that flows through us, that invites us deeper into our physical bodies and into our entire essence.
And so how do you connect with that, like in your body? How do you find your authenticity?
This is my favorite topic. My favorite thing in the entire universe, because this is where pleasure lives. This is where sensation lives. This is where everything lives. But until we learn how to find the real and true, there's a disconnection. I think a lot of people, sometimes we can get stuck in our heads or feel outside of our bodies or not know what's real and true. And how I love to teach myself and the world around me and my clients to find that place of truth is to have a practice of connection. And for some people, that could be a practice of breath, a self-pleasure practice. It could be meditation. It could be prayer. To find a way into something greater than yourself. Because the truth is usually very, very freaking simple. Untruths and the ego, and as one of my mentors calls it, the itty bitty shitty committee, it's fast. It wants it now. It's fast. It has all this like, oh, but this is real and true, and I need to do this, and if I do this, right?
And so what is the opposite of that?
So the opposite of that is
the itty bitty shitty committee.
Right? The opposite of the itty bitty shitty committee is you. It's the true. It's the place within us that longs for that slow space of all of the fullness of our pleasure, of the fullness of our voice, of that place that says, oh, this is who I am. And it's so delicious and pleasure filled and honest. In order to find that place, Shezza, I invite people into a practice of emptying. Because usually when we try and find truth and the pleasure of truth, the ecstasy of authenticity, the pleasure of truth, right? If we try and find that on top of all these untruths that are living inside of our body, either as trauma or cellular memory or feelings or energy that we've taken on from other people, it's a lot harder to find our truth and to feel what's real and true. So I love to invite people to empty empty all that no longer serves through one of the ways I love witnessing you do that, Shezza, is through dancing and moving that delicious, sexy body of yours. Right? Yeah.
Beautiful. Emptying. And I wonder if there's also like a facing, right? It's like we have to actually see the untruths in order to see the truth, in order to find the truth.
Yeah.
And so how do we face our untruths in a way that's not mean, critical, shaming?
Right. How do we face our untruths in a way that is with love and acceptance? Sometimes I like to be really silly with it.
Yeah.
And even, right? Do you like to be silly with that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And sometimes I like to act them out in the bedroom.
Oh my gosh. Can you give us an example?
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes an untruth might look like, and it's truth. This is where it gets confusing because we're everything. If depending on people's spiritual beliefs and your belief as far as universal truths, like I truly feel that we're all a part of one life, one seed, one breath, right? So if that is the truth, then untruths are true and truth is untruth. So it's all one. And there's a space in between that is the most healing, impeccable energy that is authenticity. So when I act something out in the bedroom, it's still my truth. And it's an expression so that I can clear and heal and get deeper into the simplicity of who I am.
I love it. I've been really getting into the idea of therapeutic bedroom play. And how we can actually heal trauma through with a partner in the bedroom. So can you please give us an example, Liz?
Yeah, I will. I'm going to give you
an example. I want specifics here.
You want specifics? Woo, okay.
If you're a yes for that.
I'm a total yes, and I didn't get consent from my lover, so I'll just keep him private.
Keep him private.
I will keep him private, but oh man, what do I want to share? I have a very intense example, and I'm gonna feel into how that feels about sharing, but I'm gonna tell you.
Feel into it. Make sure you're a yes.
Yeah. Yes, but one of my really silly and fun examples is to really try on being a badass bitch in the bedroom. To claim this part of me that thinks I'm not allowed to get angry. That was taught at a very young age, like, oh, you're just happy, just be happy, everything's good. No, the truth is that all of these emotions are here to inform us and to heal us and to bring us deeper into ourselves, into the authentic expression of you as an animal. So I love to be flogged and I love to flog.
Okay.
And it's been incredible to act out that part of me that is like, oh, mama says you have been bad. And I'm mad.
Reclaiming your inner Dom.
I am.
I love it.
Inner Dom. That's a specific example. Yeah. Or an untruth of being voiceless. Like having my lover choke me or cover my mouth so that I can't hear myself or feel that part of me that is such an untruth, that my voice doesn't matter or that I'm trapped.
I love it.
To feel that in the bedroom and then to feel the love behind where that place is coming from, that untruth is coming from, and then to look in the eyes of my beloved who is here loving me so infinitely and so fiercely behind that untruth, to find the simple clarity that I am loved and my voice matters. There's so much healing in that, right?
So much healing. Oh my gosh. I am very yummified by this. It's so powerful. And I think it's something that we're not really, I mean, it's funny how I've been in the world of Tantra and sacred sexuality, and I'm really only just coming into these like role playing in the bedroom as a spiritual practice and therapeutic practice and exercise, and actually freeing ourselves through role play. I mean, it's hot, it's fun, it's sexy. Okay, so let's go into in the body, because it's really, this is also a body experience. So when we are not with a lover in the bedroom, that's like one area, but obviously we have to be with ourselves all the time. How do we identify inside of our body what is truth, who are we, and what is not truth? Because we're dealing with untruths all the time, all day long.
All the time.
At some level. Yeah.
All day long. So, Shezza, have you ever heard of morning pages or the artist's way?
I have, yes.
So in this, I don't know why this is coming. This is totally random, but maybe because someone needs to hear it. Okay. So in morning pages, it's this practice where you're just writing, not thinking. Your pen is on the paper and you just start to write, and you don't read it afterwards. You just dump, you brain dump. It's the same concept on an energetic level in our bodies. If we give ourselves a practice, for some it's journaling, for some it's honestly, it could be screaming. It could be journaling, dancing, any kind of an expression to invite energy to move. If you start journaling, or you start singing or screaming, and you start out with, I don't know what to write, I don't know what to write, I don't know what to say, I don't know what to say, what the fuck am I saying, I don't know what I'm saying, oh my God, there's so many truths inside of me that need to be said, and oh my gosh, and now I'm coming to the truth that I am love, and I actually really love my body, even though there's all these things I want to, be said about it, but my body is perfect just the way it is. Eventually, if we give ourselves an invitation to get energy out, if we start with what's real in the moment, which is, I don't know what I'm writing, I don't know what I'm writing, I don't know what I'm, over and over again, truth will begin to emerge from your hand on the pen, on the page. That's how to discern authentic expression and where it's coming from within you. It's very palpable, because truth is something, if you really sit with, it can't be tricked. It's an expression. Authenticity is an expression of who you are in the world. It is so pleasurable, even in the pain of the authentic expression, even in our sadness and in our anger and these other sensations. There's so much pleasure in full invitation and permission to express that. Right?
And express that to the world.
Express it to the world.
Express it to our families, our partners,
ourselves. I didn't realize for how many years that I'd been lying to my partner, because I wasn't being honest with myself. I wasn't being authentic. And how many of us can relate to that?
And when did you suddenly have like a light bulb moment where you realized the truth?
Yeah, absolutely. It was like, eventually the pain, what is that quote? Eventually the pain of being held tight in the bud of that rose became too much, more painful than the opening of it. at some point when we're not being honest with who we are and we're living our lives based on other people's expectations, whether it's society or our family or our partner, the pain of that becomes too much to bear.
And it feels as though in order for this world to really transform, like we think about all of these things that need to happen. We need to take care of our planet. We need to figure out so many different things on a massive scale.
Yeah.
But to me, the primary way that we're going to heal our planet and heal and really create that beautiful world that all of us want to live in is for each and every one of us to take this deep dive journey into our authenticity. Because when everybody is doing their thing, everybody is living their life exactly in alignment with what they're really wanting, or not what they're really wanting. That isn't really true. With who they really are.
Yeah.
Who they really are.
Yeah.
Then like how much bullshit is going to be just totally unearthed. And I think maybe we can see this coronavirus as a really deep opportunity for us to come into our authenticity at a deeper level so that we can make a massive transformation. I mean, that's the dream. That's what I'm going for.
Girl, that's what I'm going for too. That was beautifully said, because the tapestry, if we look at how each and every one of us has a different blueprint of gifts, even though, some of us have similar gifts or similar passions, no one has the same fingerprint. No one has the same voice. It's the only instrument in the entire universe that's like that. So what I'm hearing you say is the tapestry of who we are together when we're authentically expressed becomes whole. It becomes whole as oneness, because then the thread of you, we meet each other in the thread of me, and then it's the 1 + 1 = 3, because then we're in the magic of who we truly are and who we were born to be in this uniquely expressed version of ourselves.
Yes. And so how do we embody this authenticity so that we can really live it? And sometimes it's not just like you're talking about the morning pages and really getting in that authentic place, but sometimes it is in order for us to really be living in our authentic truth, we are going to have to go like annihilate parts of ourselves. Like it's a very, very, very deep journey.
Yes.
Where I don't want to say annihilate, but like some part of us is definitely going to have to die. Like I've had a in myself of just like, major just like reorganization. And so how do we keep centered within that process and really embody our truth?
Yes, such a delicious question, honey. It brings me home to birth. And it's okay. Not everyone has birthed children. You've birthed something else. You've birthed a program, or you've birthed yourself. It brings me home to the practice and the process of what it means to birth. And that is, we have a practice of any kind. When shit gets hard, it's in there. When it's time to die to our old selves and birth our new, whatever you've been practicing, whether that is breath work, whether that is dancing, moving your body, whether that is yoga, whether that is prayer, whether that's transcendental meditation, whatever practice you choose to do. Honestly, and I'm here to say, and it's okay if you don't like it, anyone, but I don't think that the practice matters. It's not about what it is. It's about having a habit or a discipline that's pleasure filled, that you know, it becomes autopilot. When I birthed my babies, I had such a beautiful relationship with my body and the practice of meditation and dance, that when I was being ripped open in and being the universe in between worlds, I was able to be autopilot, and the neural pathway of that practice took over my body. Because I knew surrender, right?
That's it.
Which, as I surrendered into the most painful experience of my life, pleasure started to happen. So the pain of death, the pain of what you're saying, Shezza, is there are parts of us that have to be annihilated. There are parts of us that die to be born into the new. And right now, we're invited into that deep, deep, dark places within us that need to be addressed and need to die. So that we can build this new earth that we're choosing to build.
Yeah.
Right?
I like what you talked about surrender, because that's really the name of the game. That's what we're doing here. That's what needs to happen.
Yeah.
In order for us to truly that's the key to the process. And the more, like you said, you were already able to surrender. So then when you went into the craziest pain of your life, you knew how to surrender into it. So perhaps all of these practices, it doesn't really matter what it is.
No.
But the umbrella over that practice is the practice of just surrendering.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in that surrendering, that ability to let go, our true self emerges.
Oh yeah, baby. That's beautiful. That's it. There you go. That's the ecstasy of authenticity right there.
And when you're saying ecstasy, why did you use the phrase ecstasy? I want to hear.
Okay. I choose ecstasy because ecstasy to me is a full spectrum sensation. It's not just like erotic pleasure. Ecstasy is not, gosh, there's so many ways I could go with this, but ecstasy is the full spectrum awakening of sensation to me. Like when I feel ecstatic, I feel pain as pleasure and pleasure as pain. I feel complete freedom in the fullness and the full expansion, right, of who I am.
So it's embracing all parts of ourselves, like literally on a sensation level, like now I'm feeling sad, and being in the wild yumminess of sadness or anger or
or anger or joy or bliss or pleasure, but and not just on a physical realm, like really feeling the fullness of what does it mean to be me? What does it mean to be you? Like, yes, in our bodies and in an energetic realm, you know, what does it mean to be in the ecstasy of the authenticity of my energy? And what am I imprinting when I meet people? And who am I? That's a question I'd love for us all to ask right now, right? Like over and over again, because it changes every moment.
Right. Yeah. That's and that's another point too, is this authenticity, this true self. It's like, even if I felt that I was living my true self today, in 1 year's time, that what's true self now is going to transform. So it is the ecstasy of authenticity. It's an ongoing journey rather than a destination.
Oh, yes, it is. It's in every moment. It's in
every moment.
It's like radical acceptance to what is. It's that surrender that you know, when that beautiful emerging of who you really are can be there as we surrender.
Yeah, it's interesting with the coronavirus because I feel like when it first started happening,
Mhm.
everybody flipped out. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
think anybody was immune to the flip out. Um,
No.
like, I lost my job. I lost like everything I was doing, including our workshop.
Yeah.
Everything all of my plans just left, and I was just like, and for me, I've talked about this before, I went deep into conspiracy theories
Hmm.
as an almost like control, like what is going on. Um and I think it's good to question everything, but I realized that like sitting and reading, what is the worst case scenario and what is going on here was not really me being in my authenticity. What
Ah,
my authenticity was like, let's figure out how to share my gifts in a major way, create the summit. And, I have barely thought about the conspiracy theories since, because I'm living my authentic truth by doing my thing. But
yeah.
I think that we can get very caught up in the negative,
Hmm.
um, negative mind frames of the collective. But if we just tap deep down into who we are, what comes out is our authentic self.
It's so true. I love that. That's beautiful.
Mm.
Really beautiful. And thanks for sharing, that part of you that went to the other side, the side of fear, because I think everyone can relate to that right now.
Uh-huh.
And it's important. It's important to learn, how do I discern? How do I discern what is real?
Mm.
What is real and true?
Mm.
And your authentic self is you expressing you,
Uh-huh.
not you expressing fear,
Right.
not you expressing anything other than you.
Right. Yes. So it's tapping into the truth and then expressing it. I love it. It's so
Mhm.
important. It's an ongoing process. It's a
Yeah.
beautiful journey.
Hmm.
And I believe that this coronavirus is taking all of us so deep so that we can
Hmm.
shed some major layers. And I
It's
really believe
yeah.
on the other side of this is going to be something super beautiful.
Oh, I believe that too, love. Thank you so much. And now more than ever, I'm so grateful for the guides and for the leaders in our communities like you, like so many of the facilitators, because our job is to take people into those places with themselves
Mm-hmm.
on some level. And we don't have to do it alone, you
Mm-hmm.
know?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm so grateful for a community, even though we are not supposed to be together because of
Yeah.
the coronavirus,
Yeah.
finding alternative ways to support each other and align and go to the depths without losing all of your breath. You can go there and reach up, and there are hands that are ready to grab you
Mm. And surrender to the journey.
and surrender to the journey.
Yeah.
It's a juicy one.
It's a
Mhm.
juicy one. Yay! It's a juicy one.
It's a
Ooh.
juicy one. Oh.
Oh, babe, it's been super beautiful to connect with you. I really look forward to more connection with you.
Me too.
This girl and I are going to be teaching our workshops that have been canceled, but they will be happening. We're definitely going to be in Colorado or Boulder, Colorado, and Ashland, Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, when all of this is cleared, we're going to be bringing out some really beautiful offerings together. So I can't wait for that. And you're such a light. Just looking at you makes me smile.
Ah, thank you.
Uh,
I feel the
yeah.
same way about you, Shezza.
Yay. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I look forward to that. Unleash your pleasure, unleash your power. Is that what we decided?
Yes. Unleash your pleasure, unleash your power.
How delicious. I
Yeah.
can't wait for that with you.
Yay. Me
So
too.
good.
Mm.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here, love. Sending you and
Mhm.
your family all the blessings and all the love. And thank you, everyone who tuned in to witness this beautiful, amazing, powerful goddess in form, known as
Oh,
Liz Love Jones. And how can people contact you, babe?
yeah. You can contact me at womenunleashed.love. And you can also join our Facebook group for support in that realm if you'd like, or you can DM me here on Facebook. I'm so happy to support however I can serve you and get to the root of anything keeping you from being your full true self.
Beautiful.
Thank you, my love.
Thank you so much. Lots of
I love you.
Love
Thanks,
you.
everybody.
Bye.